Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, in my last video, my last Maidana Broner post-fight video, I told you at the end of that video that I thought it really made sense for Maidana to be a possible opponent for Floyd Mayweather May 3rd. I mean, when you think about it, Marcos Maidana, he just beat a Floyd Mayweather clone, and he did it in an impressive fashion. And if you guys look at the history of Floyd Mayweather, then you know he has a reputation of fighting fighters after their biggest win. Okay? Mosley versus Margarito. Mosley knocking out Margarito. That was one of Mosley's biggest wins of his career. Ricky Hatton, undefeated, knocks out Jose Luis Castillo in an impressive fashion. Prior to that impressive win, Ricky Hatton, he had also stopped Costa Tszyu, which at the time was pound for pound number 3 best fighter in the world. So when Floyd Mayweather fought against Ricky Hatton had came off of 2 of his biggest wins, and he was considered pound for pound number 4 in the world at the time that Floyd Mayweather beat him. Victor Ortiz had just came off of his biggest win over undefeated Andre Berto. Robert Guerrero had just came off of his biggest win over Andre Berto as well. Miguel Cotto, he had just came off of one of his biggest wins because he just got revenge against Antonio Margarito. So the point is, Floyd Mayweather has a reputation of fighting guys coming off of their biggest wins, not coming off of their biggest losses or their biggest knockout losses like Manny Pacquiao often does. Brandon Rios, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, Joshua Clottey, Ricky Hatton, etc., etc. So anyway, Mayweather just said in a recent interview that Maidana could possibly be his next opponent May 3rd. Like I said, this would be adding on to that list of Mayweather fighting against fighters coming off of their biggest wins. And as I've been telling you guys in all of my previous videos, I would much rather see Mayweather Maidana instead of Mayweather versus Khan. I think we all would, right? I mean, that is an easy fight to promote. Like I said, you don't even have to promote the fight because Maidana just beat somewhat of a watered-down clone version of Floyd Mayweather. You have to understand how big this win was for Marcos Maidana. There was a lot of people who were in fear that Adrian Broner was possibly the next Floyd Mayweather. All these certain boxing fans in particular who hate Floyd Mayweather, they're waiting for his career to be over, because they don't want to see him dominate anymore. And all of a sudden, you have this new wannabe Floyd Mayweather coming up, and they're like, oh man, don't tell me that the cycle is about to start all the way over. So Marcos Maidana beating Adrian Broner, it was huge, okay? So because of that, it only makes a Marcos Maidana versus Mayweather fight even that much bigger. Now, like I said, when it comes to Amir Khan, of course I would rather see Mayweather Maidana instead of Mayweather Khan. But what's so interesting, actually, when you think about it, and I don't think a lot of us really thought about this, is Maidana beat Adrian Broner, but Khan, he beat Marcos Maidana. So if you look at this from somewhat of a tournament standpoint, then it can easily be argued that Khan, he deserves a fight with Mayweather just as much as Marcos Maidana does. But once again, I would prefer to see Maidana May 3rd. I personally wouldn't pay for an Amir Khan fight against Mayweather unless that undercard was really loaded. All right? But when it comes to Mayweather Maidana, that fight promotes itself. That's an easy fight to promote. So business-wise, pay-per-view numbers-wise, it makes far more sense to fight against Maidana over Amir Khan. Now, what I always find interesting is how a lot of these fighters today, they indirectly praise Floyd Mayweather, but you just have to pay attention to what the actual words mean, okay? For example, Marcos Maidana, he recently said right after he beat Broner, he said, I want to fight Floyd Mayweather. I want to see if I can beat him. He's saying, I want to see if I can beat him. That right there is telling you right from the start that even Marcos Maidana doesn't have enough confidence to believe in himself that he could beat Floyd Mayweather. That is what you call an indirect praise, guys. That's saying Floyd Mayweather is the best. He's the best of this era. And I just want to see how good I could do against him. I want to see if I can go 12 rounds, if I could win maybe 1 or 2 rounds. I just want to go in there and get in there with the champ. If you guys watched the video that I just uploaded where I interviewed Joel Diaz, he said something very similar to Marcos Maidana. When asked, how a fight between Bradley and Mayweather would play out, his response was, let me tell you, working on a strategy to beat Floyd Mayweather would be stressful. I mean, you would lose sleep over just thinking about a strategy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. He's basically saying the same thing that Marcos Maidana said, which is, I don't even know how we would beat the guy. I don't even know what strategy we will come up with because this guy is so good. The only difference is Joel Diaz, he was praising Floyd Mayweather directly. The way Marcos Maidana did it, it was somewhat indirectly. Another comment that Marcos Maidana made is right after he beat Broner, he said, there is only one Floyd Mayweather. Now, it was interesting because when I was doing my post-fight vid, I was talking about Floyd Mayweather in contrast to Adrian Broner. And I remember someone sent a message asking, why are you even bringing up Floyd Mayweather? Why are you even bringing up Floyd Mayweather? But the funny thing about it was, I wasn't even the first person to bring up Floyd Mayweather's name. It was Maidana that was the first person to bring up Mayweather's name. And no one asked him about Mayweather. He brought it up. And you know what he said? He said, there is only one Floyd Mayweather. Now, that alone is somewhat of an indirect praise. You hear the chants, the UK chants, when Ricky Hatton is fighting. What do they say? They sing, there's only one Ricky Hatton, right? Basically saying that he is the best. He is second to none. It's funny because I remember Mayweather, when he went to the UK and he was promoting that Hatton fight, he started singing, there's only one Mayweather. And here we have Marcos Maidana basically saying the exact same thing. So Marcos Maidana, he's in awe of Floyd Mayweather, but he's not the only one. There's been many fighters that have indirectly praised Floyd Mayweather. Even Marquez has praised Floyd Mayweather directly and indirectly. For example, after Marquez lost to Floyd Mayweather, lost every single round and got completely beat easy, a couple years later, once Marquez was considered a natural welterweight and he could no longer even try to use that excuse, he was still chasing Manny Pacquiao, right? He was still chasing Manny Pacquiao and other fighters, but when they asked him after he was already comfortable at the welterweight division, what about Mayweather? Don't you want a rematch? Do you want a rematch with Floyd Mayweather? And you know what Juan Marquez said? He said, well, we already seen what happened in 2009. So I think it's better I go my way and Floyd Mayweather goes his way. This is what Marquez said out of his own mouth, right? That is an indirect praise. Because we all know that if you truly believe that you lost to Floyd Mayweather because of weight, you wouldn't have said, we seen what happened in 2009. You would have said the opposite. You would have said, well, let me tell you something. What happened in 2009, that wasn't the real Marquez. That was a Marquez that was too small, and Mayweather had a weight advantage. But now you will see a total different Juan Marquez because now I'm acclimated to the weight, and I'm ready for the fight. So, I would beat Mayweather. Now, he's not saying that. He's saying, we seen what happened. What does that mean? He's telling you the truth. The truth is coming out. Marquez is telling you guys, I lied about the size advantage. I didn't lose because of size. The truth is, I lost because Floyd Mayweather is the Michael Jordan of the sport, and he is far better than me. And we seen what happened in 2009. The same damn thing is going to happen today. That's what he said. Think about it. Marquez's own trainer is calling Floyd Mayweather the Michael Jordan of the sport. So do you think Nacho believes that Marquez could beat Floyd Mayweather at any time? Of course not. Of course not. Imagine Floyd Mayweather or someone in Floyd Mayweather's camp calling Manny Pacquiao the Michael Jordan of boxing, or vice versa. You see what I mean? The truth is in the words. You just got to read between the lines. That is called an indirect praise. When Danny Garcia was asked if he wants to fight Floyd Mayweather, Danny Garcia, he said, I'm not interested in a Floyd Mayweather fight. He says Floyd Mayweather already has his legacy. I want to make my own legacy. Doesn't that sound similar to what Marquez says? Or what Marquez said? He goes his way, I go my way. Indirect praise. Danny Garcia is saying, I told you guys many times before, just like people say game recognize game, skill recognize skill. Danny Garcia is a very skillful fighter. Pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. He's a very smart thinking fighter with power. Danny Garcia, he idolizes Floyd Mayweather, like a lot of fighters. Like I said, like Mikey Garcia saying that Floyd is his favorite fighter. So these type of fighters, they idolize, look up to him, and they know what he can do in the ring, and they respect it. Okay? Indirect praise. You know, I can go on and on making examples, but I think you guys get the point. The bottom line is Mayweather, Maidana makes more sense. And I hope if there's only two options to be made, either Maidana or Khan, I hope this is the fight that Floyd Mayweather goes with. You know, they're both with Golden Boy. It's an easy fight to make, and it makes more sense. It'll be far better pay-per-view numbers than a Khan fight. You know, the only way Khan really would deserve this fight, in my opinion, is if Khan were to basically avenge the loss against Danny Garcia. All right? If he were to do something like that, that would make that fight a lot more attractive, because then you have people that really would believe that Khan would have some type of chance. You know, not saying that he doesn't have a chance right now, but you need more people to believe that he has a chance. And when it comes to Maidana, there's going to be a lot of casual fans that don't really know too much about boxing that's going to really think that Maidana does have a chance against Floyd Mayweather, which is the reason why the pay-per-view numbers are going to do so much better than a Khan fight. All right, so that's pretty much all I got on this one. Hoping the fight gets made, and I'll catch up with you guys. I'm on to the next one.